I'm going to bring you the tape next time. You're going to bring me the tape, you're going to steal it. That's not racial profiling. That's not racial profiling, ladies and gentlemen. He lies, cheats, and steals. That was his gimmick. What's going on, Godzirra Nation? This is ArghGodzirra. We are back with some more WWE SmackDown. Shut your mouth! No, that's the game we're playing. Don't listen to that, please. I love you so much. Please don't listen to it. Thank you for joining me, as always, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting another week of SmackDown action going on. But we're on Raw. 6-man Battle Royale to kick off. I'm going to go with Kane for the win. There we go, we're kicking it off with a flyer. Second match on the card is a tag match, and I'm going with Chris Benoit and Raven. 2 from 2. It's good to get back on the winner's board. We're rounding it out with a tag match, Bubba Ray Dudley and Rob Van Dam versus Triple H and Booker T. If you missed the last episode, or you missed any episodes for that matter, series playlist link in the description down below, but Booker T is our new #1 contender for the Undisputed Championship, having won the King of the Ring tournament. And as obviously seen just then, general managers have taken upon themselves to put the #1 contender and the champion in a tag match together as friends. If you're wondering how this match came about, in the last episode, this guy right here, Mr. Bubba Ray Dudley, decided after my singles match with Rob Van Dam, he was going to come out and jump me when I wasn't expecting it. But more surprisingly, Booker T came to our aid. We accepted his assistance, and that is how this match has come about. I, for one, could get around Bubba Ray Dudley with his singles push when they did this. I got around Bubba Ray Dudley with his singles push more than I did with Reverend Devon and his singles push. It's funny that we've moved on from one Dudley boy to the other. One of a kind. Here comes your Intercontinental Champion, Mr. Rob Van Dam. Before we get started as well, ladies and gentlemen, I've put out a poll on my Twitter account and my Facebook account. You can find links to those in the description down below. And I want you guys to do so because I'm thinking, while we do this long wait till October for the new WWE 2K20 game, assuming it comes out in October, because that's normally around the time the 2K games drop, I've just gotten my hands on 4 SmackDown vs. Raw titles from the PlayStation 2 that I'm looking at bringing to the channel to help fill the void. I made mention in the last episode of this that we're going to be doing a lot more old school WWE titles moving forward. I've got SmackDown vs. Raw, we've got SmackDown vs. Raw 07, we've got 08, and we've got 2010. And the vote I'm throwing to you guys is which one of the 4 would you like to see brought to the channel next? I will put a little poll in the comments down below as well, so you can leave a comment if you'd rather comment there. But I mean, feel free to go check out my social media and leave a cheeky like on those anyway. But at the moment, I can confirm on Twitter, it is a dead heat between the first SmackDown vs. Raw title and SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. On Facebook, it is between 2007 and 2008. So at the moment, 2008 is the SmackDown vs. Raw title currently winning the poll. Make your voices heard, ladies and gentlemen. But here we come to the ring. All pun intended. It is time to play the game. Here comes your Undisputed Champion, ladies and gentlemen. The Cerebral Assassin, the King of Kings, the COO, Triple H. Loving playing as Triple H in the first old school playthrough that we can throw back to. All the SmackDown vs. Raw titles allow us to play a career mode of some sort, whether it be a Road to WrestleMania or the actual career mode, or even the 24/7 mode that 2008 SmackDown vs. Raw had. We get to play as a superstar of our choosing, not have to just make a created superstar from scratch. So you can guarantee every wrestling game we play that gives you the option to play as a different superstar, we are going to play as a different superstar for each series. So because we're playing Triple H here, he will be locked out from future playthroughs. Booker T and Bubba Ray kicking this one off, but we might throw a bit of a knee around just to help Booker out to start with. Looking forward to playing the other titles because the moveset, I don't know why I was going for a pin there, are a hell of a lot better than the limited moveset that this game has, that's for sure. And I've narrowed it down to a couple of superstars per game, so when it comes to finding out which game you want to see, I don't know how I'm going to handle it. I don't know whether I throw it to a vote to you guys for the guys that I'm looking at playing as, or if I just roll the dice and pick one. But I can assure you, we're going to have some different experiences, and I'm looking at playing as a couple of characters throughout that normally wouldn't get as much love as you'd expect. Surprisingly, when it came to doing Shut Your Mouth, Triple H, I would have thought would have been one of the superstars that got a lot of love, but it seems to be The Rock, The Undertaker, Chris Jericho, Stone Cold. Those are the type of superstars that are getting all the attention. Don't get me wrong, we're going to play as some well-known names. I can confirm that Randy Orton will be getting a career mode. Got to play as old school Randy Orton when he first joined, kind of like the Evolution, when the RKO first got brought into the equation. I'm thinking we might get a Jeff Hardy career mode going if we can. I know 2008 he was added back to the roster. And then there's some other left wing selections we can go with. We could do a Boogeyman career mode. We can do a Mr. Kennedy career mode. And don't sleep on Mr. Kennedy. I've met that guy in person. Great bloke. He knows how to play a heel to a T. He is very genuine when you meet him. But it'd be cool, I reckon, to get involved with some superstars like that. But let's not worry about that right now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back to the match at hand. Rob Van Dam and Triple H, now the legal men for their respective teams. And given the week that we're at in this episode of Raw as well, I think we're going to end up rounding out this episode with our feud with Booker T coming to a head at the next pay-per-view. Because if you haven't been following this series, we tend to do 3 weeks worth of action in the one episode. RVD getting a near fall there. So normally it's either 3 episodes of Raw or SmackDown, or 2 episodes of Raw or SmackDown and then the pay-per-view. Or if we're doing a English programming for Insurrection, that'll be thrown in the mix as well. So there's normally a pay-per-view at least every 2 or 3 episodes, which I think is well spaced out. And what we have also learned as well is currently the difficulty has ramped itself up, because back in this game you couldn't set your difficulty to kick things off. It was a progressive difficulty system. We have lost our first match. We ended up dropping a match a couple of episodes ago to The Rock. Rob Van Dam came extremely close, but we managed to fight back at the last second. And right now, as you can see, Rob Van Dam has been on top of us for the majority of this match. He's looking to tag his mate Bubba in, but I want to keep him in here. I want to make sure he gets all the attention. Come on. Come on, Book. Go get Bubba. Yes, there it is. Bubba couldn't drop the elbow in time. We've locked up our first win for the episode. Booker T proving to be a handy partner. But as I said, there's time to be allies, and then we cannot forget in the back of our mind, he is still a challenger to our title. We have not lost a title match since taking it off of The Undertaker. Booker T wants to shake my hand. I've been nothing but accommodating to him up until now. And he's going to shake it. They're going to show some mutual respect for one another. I would have actually hoped to have been given the chance to belt him then, because it would have been the perfect time to do the Triple H swing right there. Triple H was uncanny when it came to playing the side of your friend and then at the flip of a switch being your enemy. That would have been the perfect opportunity to say, thanks for the help, Book. Knock him out and tell him we don't need his help. We're taking on Rikishi in the SmackDown main event. We've got a table tornado 6-man tag to kick things off and a cage single in the mid-card. And we're back to a singles normal match again. The one thing I'm looking forward to by getting into some other games, Shut Your Mouth had some very weird match placings, as you've just seen. You'd think a superstar like Triple H would be getting the better match types, but no. Your boy's just getting the singles match types up in here. Let's have a bit of a wander. We like to try to interact with at least one person backstage every episode if we can. There is nobody around. Do we check the locker room? Up until now, there has never been one single superstar in the locker room when we have gone to check it out. We've got Taz in the locker room. At least we finally got someone. I wonder whether he's going to blow us off as easy as he did the first time we spoke to Taz. Just be my friend, Taz. What do you want? I mean, I see. Am I right? You want to be with us? Forget it, jerk. That's the exact same thing Rob Van Dam said to me when we spoke to him the first time. I don't know whether they are alluding to ECW this early on. I don't think ECW and WWE were even a thing back in 2002. Were they feuding in 2002? I don't think they were. Regardless, second week underway, SmackDown. Tornado 6-man tag. Let's go with Billy Kidman's team. Okay, we got one wrong. This one's going to be Billy because he's too OP in this game. I told you. Billy and Chuck, there's something about the two of them in this game. The developers turned around and said, you know what? Let's just make these guys so OP that they hardly go defeated throughout the entire season. I don't think, unless it was the King of the Ring where the outcome was predetermined, I am yet to see Billy lose a match at all. But here comes Hall of Famer Rikishi.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring,
would a Rikishi career mode go down well? I mean, we could be dropping the stink face on everybody and anybody. We could have fun with some close-up camera angles of that too, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is a matchup I said I wouldn't have minded seeing when I saw the leaderboard for the King of the Ring tournament. We saw that Rikishi was one of the superstars in the tournament, but wasn't one of the superstars we could have selected to win. Because how all that was predetermined was it ended up giving us a choice to select who we felt wasn't going to win the tournament. The four choices we had were Rhino, Hardcore Holly, Farouk, or Booker T. And obviously if we go on a limb and say we don't think this person's going to win, the game's going to program it so that person ends up winning. And the final for the King of the Ring came down between Billy and Booker T. And as I mentioned, it's the only time I've seen Billy lose a match. Now Billy and Chuck as a tag team, don't get me wrong, around their time, they were good to watch. But I don't think as singles competitors, they would have done as well as the game has made them out to be. I don't know, I'm a fan of Billy Gunn, but I don't think he was ever that good. Here we go. Missed clothesline attempt on Rikishi already. We can't even hit him. Let's just make sure we avoid them cheeks. That's all it's about. We catch them cheeks, it's game over. Big Rikishi fan when he was wrestling. He kind of helped break the mold that you didn't have to be this, like... And I know you had, like, superstars in the olden days that were big in that as well, but I feel there was a period of time where all the wrestlers that were getting brought into the company were all a certain look. They were all muscly. They all had the build. And there was a strong period of time where WWE weren't really bringing in the bigger, chunkier, plumper, more fluffier wrestlers. And Rikishi definitely broke the mold, not only for showing that big boys can get it done, but he was actually quite athletic for his size, which is to be said. Some of the other big guys in WWE, WWF history, they were big, but they couldn't do some of the things that we've seen some of the big men do after Rikishi. Look at Rikishi, look at Kevin Owens. Those type of superstars. Bit of bulk behind them, but they can get the job done in the ring. Not to mention, I love the team of Too Cool. Just Grandmaster Sexay, Scotty 2 Hotty, Rikishi. SmackDown staple. The good thing, however, is Rikishi doesn't seem to have much resilience when it comes to his legs, because we've hit the legs hard early, and he's stumbling and bumbling. That's what we want. We're not far off a pedigree, and he's already knocked out. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to put him away early. Let's just hit that knee one more time to make sure of it. I didn't think we'd end up putting Rikishi away this quick. We got him right where we want him. I want to inflict a little bit of pain. This is the match before the pay-per-view, so if we can make an example of Rikishi, then I think we'll do so. I also haven't won by submission yet, so that's what I'm secretly trying to do. See if we can win by submission without needing a finisher move that's a submission move. So I can't remember off the top of my head whether in this game you needed to have a finisher that was a submission in order for them to tap out. Which to me is stupid. If that's an actual mechanic, that's so stupid. I'm just going to hit the pedigree here because we've dropped a lot of damage of those legs and he is not tapping out. This one's for you, Booker. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Mr. Hebner. Booker T better be worried. That was a big win over a big man hitting into a big matchup. So there we go. We got 2 out of 3 right on SmackDown. I should have realised that a team with William Regal's going to get the job done. I mean, Reverend Devon's not going to help carry too much of the burden on a team. Thanks for nothing, Reverend. Okay, what pay-per-view are we up to? We are defending against Booker T at Vengeance. I mentioned it in the last episode, or it could have been the episode before. I can't recall. But I seriously miss the old school WWE pay-per-views. Not just the titles, but like the stage setup and everything. Like there are some big pay-per-views that I miss so much. Good card. Bradshaw, Scotty 2 Hotty, Raven, Big Show for the hardcore title. William Regal versus Billy, which I think will be for the European in a ladder match. And then we've got Booker T, lo and behold, in a singles match. Because why not? Just have a look.
Welcome to Vengeance, folks. We are here live with a capacity crowd.
Like, I even miss pay-per-views like Taboo Tuesday and Cyber Sunday. Like, I know those were partially fixed, and they were probably fixed to the fullest extent if you ask my proper opinion. But they still put on some brilliant shows. Bad Blood is a good one. We got Eddie Guerrero, rest in peace. Rest in peace, Eddie Guerrero. One of the best high flyers to ever grace the ring. Hey, have you seen that? I mean TV. I was in a quiz show. Holmes? Come on, you didn't see it? I'm going to bring you the tape next time. You're going to bring me the tape, you're going to steal it. That's not racial profiling. That's not racial profiling, ladies and gentlemen. He lies, cheats, and steals. That was his gimmick. Anyone else to talk to? Do we dare? Do we dare see if there's anyone in the locker room 2 weeks in a row? I bet you it's empty. 100% it's empty. I told you, there's no one ever back here. Why even have the locker room here if no one's going to be hanging out to talk to Triple H? No respect for the champion. Alright. Let's get the pay-per-view underway. Hardcore title. Oh, I'm going to go with the Big Show. Oh, there it is. We have a new champion. And we're about to have a new champion here too, because Billy's got this wrapped up. Watch this. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you, Billy's just too OP in this game. And then we've got the Undisputed Championship on the line. Booker T, Triple H. I remember when Booker T and Triple H had their feud for the title. Back in the day, Triple H had Ric Flair in his corner. This was back then people had the strong presence to believe that Vince McMahon was holding back the African-American superstars, not giving them the chance to shine. I can definitely understand that point. I can see that point to a certain degree as well. But Booker T, one of the most established wrestlers, not just in WWE history, but wrestling history. Definitely knew how to handle himself in the ring. Minus a couple of mishaps on the mic that will go down in history as well. He was pretty good on the mic. Very entertaining nonetheless. Will he help put on enough of an entertaining main event at Vengeance though? That's the question, ladies and gentlemen. Because we've seen with the difficulty ramping up, Booker T, he can hold his own. I'm actually a little bit worried heading into this match. I'm actually surprised we squashed Rikishi as quick as we did. Because we got beaten by The Rock, we got our asses handed to us by Rob Van Dam in a singles match and only just managed to escape with the win. The tag match to open this episode, Rob Van Dam was whipping us all around the ring. And then we have someone like Rikishi come in and just get absolutely stomped. I think us aiming at the legs early helped us with that fact. So if we have to play the limb manipulation game in order to get over the line, then I'm going to do it. Ever the opportunist, Triple H. Time to play the game indeed. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Undisputed Championship action underway. Triple H leading out with a knee strike. Let's just get stuck into him. The one thing I'm looking forward to with being able to play other wrestling games with deeper movesets is we can bring my good old commentary back into the mix. I know some of you enjoy that. Some of you probably not so much, but hey. Oh, let's do it. Let's go for the second table. Let's put on a show. We're the last match on the card, Booker T. They don't need these tables anymore. Trust me. They told me back. Oh, spinebuster of his own. Swinging it out of nowhere. Let's stretch you out. Let's get back up on this table. They don't need it. They told me backstage before we came out. There we go. The crowd will be excited now. And he's hit the stairs. Nice little backbreaker there. Let's get him in the ring. Or a snap DDT. Just doing things you're not supposed to do, Triple H. That's fine. Oh, there we go. Bicycle kick, kind of. Heel kick, kind of thing. Yeah, that's it. Aim for the knees. Can we interact with the... I thought we could interact with the railing. Not as much as you can in the newer titles, but I think you can still... No, doesn't look like you can. That's a little bit upsetting. Well, Let's smack him off the ring. No, you're not going to let me do that either. Okay, we can interact with it. I don't know why it wasn't letting me in the first place. I love how every singles match we've had seemed to be a no count out rule. Earl putting the fingers away. He's never counted us out. Why is my game starting to glitch? Okay, we're back. Sorry about that delay. Sorry about the glitching that was going on as well. Turns out there was a cord loose with my Elgato. To record the PS2, you need to have all these other little contraptions plugged in to help with the AV cords and stuff. And it turns out one was loose and it was making the video recording a little bit buggy. But in the meantime, we're about to hit the pedigree. 360 for you all. See, it just glitched again. Did you see it? 1, 2, 3. There it is. Just in time too, locking up the win when the Elgato is starting to go haywire. But ladies and gentlemen, still your undisputed WWE Champion, Triple H. Now that we've gotten Booker T out of the way, I wonder who's going to step up as our next rival. Because it seems that the show we rock up on every week is determined by who we're actually facing heading into the pay-per-view. Let's see who we've got as an item to unlock. Lance Storm's attire, Raven's attire, Billy Kidman's attire, Create Parts 3, Vengeance Arena A, Vengeance Arena B. Let's go with A. Really like the old school mechanic where you could only unlock one item at a time. Gave the game replayability because it meant that you had to do that career mode at least a handful more times in order to unlock everything. But ladies and gentlemen, when we return, Week 1, August 2002 SmackDown is where we will pick up the next episode. Thank you for joining me as always. If you have been enjoying this on the channel, be sure to leave a like on the video. It goes a long way to supporting myself, and I seriously cannot thank you guys enough for all that support. If you're new to the channel, plenty of other content to check out. I urge you to do so. If you enjoy what I'm throwing down, get on board the GodzIRRA Nation by hitting subscribe. On the road to 1,000 subscribers, with your help, I know we can get there. So if you want to share any of my videos or help spread the word of ArghGodzirra, it would be hugely appreciated. Don't forget, comment section or social media, let me know which SmackDown vs. Raw title you want to see brought to the channel. Hit that notification bell before you leave as well. But that's it from me, guys. I'm out of here, and as always, I will catch you guys next time.